Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya wal Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Respected brothers and sisters, inshallah today, very briefly, we will try and understand how to pay zakat on our pension. Previously, I have mentioned that according to the research done by Al-Jamiatul Ashrafiyya Majlis Shara'i, we have to pay zakat on our pension, and it could be a little bit tricky, and we have to have some detail. Also, we have to go back to some of our accounts and find out. That's the way we have to go forward. So inshallah, very quickly I'm going to explain why we have to give zakat on our private pension and how to pay in the best possible and easiest way. Okay, so the first reason it's been mentioned in the research is why we have to pay zakat on the pension, because no matter whether we have access to that money or not, it is our money. So quite literally every month when we are putting some money and the company matching that money, and the money is going on in an account. Okay, that account is looked after by an individual company, or it could be the company you're working for itself. They look after that account, and every year usually they send you the statement. So that's how you find out that how much you paid in that certain year, and up till now, how much you have paid. So if you're working for the company for 5 years, if you are paid for 5 years, every year they send you the statement, how much you paid for that year and how much you have saved up till the current year. So for example, this is 2020, and if you are working for a company from 2010, so from 2010 they send you the statements every year, and if you haven't got it, it is not difficult to get in touch with the company and find out. And if you find out every year how much you have paid, you will know that in 2010 you paid £2,000, in 2020 you paid £2,000 again, so altogether it's £4,000. And likewise, if you come up to 2020, so in 10 months, if you have paid every year £2,000, you will have saved up about, in 10 years you will have saved up roughly about £20,000 in your private pension pot. So this is how it's usually work. I know pensions in certain companies and different companies are different ways, and how much you pay, it depends on how you choose, and this is how you go. This is how people usually choose their private pension. Many people, they decide to opt out, so they do opt out at the beginning, and company do give them the option to opt out and not to pay any private pension, and whatever they have paid in 6 months or so, they can take that money out. But what I'm going to explain is for people who are in this situation, that they pay some amount every month and the company matches the amount, and that's how they pay in their private pension. So what we have to do, if you haven't paid any zakat on your private pension up till now, so you need to find out in previous years. I will give you some examples. For example, if you are working for a company from 2015, this is 2020, you haven't paid zakat for last 5 years. So what you need to do, quite simply, find out how much you paid in your first year, which is 2015, and you calculate the zakat for that year. So if you have paid £2,000 in your private pension, mean what you put and what your company put together, it came up to £2,000 for 2015, then your zakat will be calculated from that for 2015, from that £2,000. Okay, so likewise every year you calculate for the zakat you have paid for 2015. Now if you calculate in 2016 and the total you have in your savings is £4,000, because 2,000 from 2015 and 2,000 from 2016. So £2,000 of 2015 they carried on in your account, in your savings pension in 2016. So you will pay zakat in 2016 on £4,000, because your total savings in private pension is now £4,000. And likewise, if you carry on in 2020, if you have paid 2,000 each year from 2015, so in 2020 you will have £10,000 of savings in your private pension, so you will pay zakat on those £10,000. And the situation could be a bit tricky for those people, or maybe someone whose dad used to work. They have worked for roughly about 30 years, 25 years, and they haven't paid any zakat on their pension. This is a little bit tricky. So now again, we have to use the same method, mean you have to go back to when he started working, and you need to find out how much he earned in the first year, if it's possible. If it's not possible, then obviously what you need to do is you have to make the guess, mean what was his income, and from that income how much he may have paid into the private pension, and how much the company, what percentage company matched, and this is how you calculate for the rest of the years, and that's how we pay zakat on our private pension. Now we have an option, but this option I would advise not to use. Okay, the option is either you pay zakat right now while you're working for each year. Okay, so from 2020 all the way till you will retire, you pay zakat for each year on your pension, even though the money you don't have access to it, but it is your money. The fuqaha says this is like if you have given someone £10,000, someone borrowed £10,000 from you. Okay, the money is yours, even though you don't have access. It's someone else, you have given it to someone else. Now zakat is upon you, because you are the actual owner of that money which you have lended to someone. Therefore the person who borrowed, he doesn't pay. The person who lended, you will pay zakat on it. Quite similar situation is in the private pension, that even though company holds your money, yet you are the owner of that money, so it's your money at the end of the day, so you will pay zakat on it. Now it is best to pay zakat each year when you calculate, when you look at the statement. Okay, and the statement gives you the total, how much you have up till that year, the current savings in your private pension, and you pay zakat on that. Okay, if you pay after you retire, the first thing is going to be a huge amount of zakat. The second thing, to calculate zakat for each year, let's say from 2020, and you retire, if you're retiring in 2060 or 2070, you have to calculate zakat for each year. So in 2020, if you have saved up roughly £5,000 in your pension pot, zakat is on 5,000. Then the next year in 2021, if you have saved up roughly about £6,000 or £7,000 in your private pension, then the zakat is on 7,000, so on. It becomes very difficult. So therefore the best way to pay zakat on your private pension is you should pay every year. So every year you pay it. Once you get your private pension, there will be no zakat on it, because you have already paid zakat for all the previous years except the current year when you will get your pension. When you'll get your pension, the final year when you retire. So this is how it works. And if this is still confusing, please leave the comment below, and inshallah, whatever the confusion will be there, I will try and clarify it according to the question, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to act upon the commands of Sharia, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you and I tawfiq to be the humble servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa ma alina illa al-balagh. Assalamu alaikum.